get into the game of the week. It's an interesting game, of course. Baltimore, San Francisco, Super Bowl type preview. A little bit odd because Baltimore 5.5-point dogs seems like a lot. So it's like, what side are you on here? I would probably lean, and I am leaning towards San Francisco. They've just been more consistent. At the end of the day, I trust consistency more than anything. I think both at their peaks, I think it's a really, really close game. I just think San Francisco plays at their peak more often than Baltimore. Let's go and get into the keys to victory. For the Baltimore offense, when the Niners lost 3 straight, they were allowing almost 5 a carry on the ground. What's that tell you? You have to run the football. We know Baltimore can run the football. That's arguably the strength of their football team, is to run the ball, right? Offensive line, Lamar Jackson. They usually run like 3 or 4 backs deep, fresh legs out there. So they're going to be able to run the ball. For Baltimore, that's what you have to do if you want to win.
Yeah, 100% agree. You're not going to beat this team through the air, really.
Like
solely
it will. I would say it will be off play action. Take your shots. Be wise with the ball through the air.
Right, but you're not getting to any of that without establishing a run game. That's first and foremost.
And Lamar's a lot better from the pocket than what people want to give him credit for, but not as a pure drop back. We don't have a good run game. Everybody in the world knows I'm going to throw.
Also, on the Baltimore offense side, I just have to add this: Lamar, hold on to the football.
He's been fumbling a lot.
Yeah, every time he pulls the ball and starts to run, I get nervous for him.
See that Trevor Lawrence when he just dropped the ball?
Yeah, I did.
That was rough. All right, Baltimore defense, you got to turn over Brock Purdy. You have to. In that losing streak, because that's kind of what I'm going off of here, of how to beat the Niners, because that's how they lost, right? They haven't showed weakness since those 3 games. And during that losing streak, they lost the turnover battle of combined 7-4, right? So you have to turn them over. You have to win the turnover battle. And I think you can do that with Brock Purdy, but you have to make him uncomfortable, which they have the ability to do because they're I think 3rd in the league in pressures, maybe even higher, right? So they've been really, really good at getting to the quarterback. And if you can do that to Brock, you can turn him over a little bit, and you got to capitalize on that. 7-4 in the turnover battle, that's going to be huge.
Yeah. You have to force good teams to make mistakes. I mean, it's really tough to beat a team like San Francisco if they're playing sound football.
Right. I know a lot of people think it's lucky when good teams have a bunch get a bunch of turnovers, where it's no, they force those because they're so good, because they speed you up, because they make you uncomfortable. That's why good teams feel lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'll see what happens, but I think that whoever wins the turnover battle, I think wins the game.
No, yeah.
It's an interesting.
Now, lucky is when somebody I don't know, Kenny Pickett would throw for over 250 yards. That's lucky.
That's lucky
an anomaly.
because it doesn't happen.
Yeah, you never see that.
Yeah, San Francisco offense, you have to feed your number 2 and your number 3 receivers, because actually on the matchup, Marlon Humphrey on the outside, Kyle Hamilton should be back. So the defense for Baltimore can match up against Debo, against George Kittle. I don't think they match up against Brandon Ayuk. I don't think they match up against that Jawan Jennings, right? So the number 2, the number 3 receivers are going to have a decided advantage because the depth of the secondary of Baltimore is poor. So if you're gonna capitalize, it's going to have to be with those guys. Good thing they have about 40 weapons. They can throw it to about 17 different guys. It's nuts. Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield is going to be insane.
Yeah, you have a wide variety, and you can easily get mismatches with some of those guys.
Especially like a McCaffrey. But now, McCaffrey out of the backfield, keep your eye on that, because Patrick, that's going to be what I'm going to be watching most of the game. McCaffrey versus Patrick Queen on the other side. The 2 of the best linebackers in football, Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen. So McCaffrey's not going to have an easy matchup. Could he win the matchup and make it look like a good game? Yes. But that's going to be the chess match right there. San Francisco defense, keep Lamar in the pocket. Did you see the play when he extended the play against the Jags, right? Throws it across his body to the tight end, right? That's what Lamar does. That's when Lamar hurts you, is when he's extending plays outside the pocket, making you defend for 4, 5, 6 seconds. That's just not possible in the league. I don't care who your corners are. So if you can keep Lamar in the pocket, hemmed in, don't let him get outside and extend plays, that's how you're going to win.
Yeah, you can't let Lamar do what Lamar does well. He will beat you that way.
It's like the classic Belichick. You got to make him play left-handed.
Yeah, you have to take away the best thing that they do and see if they can still play with you and beat you. I don't see the 49ers winning this game if they let Lamar take this game into his hands.
Which is
I think that's where it can get really dangerous. I'm going to go San Francisco. I'm going to go by a score of 28-24.
Ooh, interesting. So I think here's how I think it's going to be a back and forth game. I think Baltimore's going to lead about halfway through the fourth quarter. It's going to be 26-24 Baltimore.
Ooh, okay.
And I think San Francisco scores punches in the 2-point conversion, 32-26.
Oh, so you're going higher scoring this week.
32-26, yes, sir.
Okay.
I think it's going to be high scoring. San Francisco win, by the way. San Francisco.
Yes. I like how you get specific, too.
Of course. Got to give people what they want. Absolutely. There's your method of victory. There is the entire show. That's all we got.
Yeah, that's all we got